What's going on, y'all? We're gonna get started in a second. We're about to get started in a second, y'all. What's going on, y'all? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So there's a couple of pairs I'm looking at. We see possibly GBP New Zealand sales. Euro New Zealand's a little too far. So it is Monday, as y'all know by now. Mondays are usually going to be the slower days, Monday through Wednesday. And also a lot of moves are already started. So there's a few that we are looking at though. So I want to see how this next 5-minute and the next 15-minute opening into London looks like, but we could possibly jump into GN right here. Yeah, that thing is dropping. There's another pair I was looking at. Yeah, I like how Euro CAD's looking too. It did a nice drop down. The USD pairs are dropping down as well, but it just broke past this wall. So I want to see how it reacts and how it closes and what the next one looks like. And we could possibly look for a setup here as well. What else was I looking at? I was looking at a few other things. Let me see. I was looking at New Zealand. It's looking nice. I want to see how this candlestick finishes. I think we possibly jump into this as well. As you can see, price has been bullish overall. If you look at the daily time frame, price has just been bullish overall. And we can see that a retest filled up this imbalance, rejected, and it's pushing up above the daily level. So there is some traffic here, so it could struggle to go zone to zone today, but I'm going to be looking for a buy setup. We can possibly catch some pips here. Let's see. We're going to put a level there just to keep that in mind. Actually, going to change that yellow just for now. Yeah, so we're going to wait to see what the next 15 looks like. Then we're going to go from there. Then I was looking at USDCHF as well. Same thing, this is pushing up. Yeah, so we're going to see. We got about 3 minutes left till London starts. We don't really got any new today. I think we got for USD at 10 a.m., but that's about it. So nothing too crazy. Let me just refresh this. Yeah, we're going to leave that alone for now. Yeah, so we don't have too much going on today. What is today? Let's scroll down. Yeah, let's refresh this. There we go. Yeah, so today we don't got too much going on. We only have like a couple high impact, only one during New York. So it should just be standard day. The volume's gonna be a little bit slow until New York opens, but there are a couple trades we could possibly jump into. So we're gonna see what the next 15 looks like. We got the strong wall on GN. So we're gonna see if it can close underneath this wall and continue to try to push down. If so, then we'll jump in on that. We're also going to see what the next candlestick looks like for EC because it did do a nice drop down and it broke through this wall. So I want to see if we can stay underneath this wall. And if we can, then we can catch some pips. There's a couple other pairs I was looking at. I was looking at New Zealand JPY as well. That thing's pushing up though. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so it just broke above this wall. We missed the ideal entry, so we're going to see a price that's going to continue to push up and see how it reacts to this level. And if it continues to push up, we could possibly jump in on a buy to continue its, if it's going to continue its way up. This would be a little bit of a late entry though, but we're going to see what price does. Then we got this strong wall right here. Yes, we might be jumping into some things soon. We're going to see what the next 15 looks like first though. Let me see what gold's up to. Now, I might wait a little bit for these, for the indices and gold until New York session or closer to New York, especially since it's Monday. But I did have some markups, so actually let's just look and see what they're up to. So these are dropping down still. I can see price coming down to the daily level. And it looks like price is trying to do so. Has a nice wall here. It's broken underneath it already. So we're going to see how it reacts to this wall right here. So we're going to wait for the next 15 to see how it reacts to this wall right here. We could possibly jump into a sell setup. So new 15 just started. London session did just start. Looks like price is continuing to try to drop. We also got some retracements going on. I was also looking at this. I don't know why that's there. Also looking for a possible sell setup for NAS as well. It did break this wall here, and it has done a retest. And so we could possibly jump into these. Just gonna wait though. All right, so let's go back to the pairs we're looking at. We're looking at Euro CAD. Let's see what that's up to. So that's doing a retest. It did close underneath there, so it's retesting this level. So we're gonna let it do the retest and see how it reacts. And if it continues to try to drop down, then we might jump into that. So we're just gonna let this candlestick do its thing for a little bit. Let that do its thing for a little bit. Okay, so that's doing this thing. Let's see what GN's up to. All right, so that closed right above that line again. So we're gonna wait still until it closes underneath that level before we mess with it. Looks like it's trying to, so we're gonna let that do its thing for a little bit. Let's go back to AJ. So AJ is right underneath this daily level. It did a nice drop. We caught some sales on this and the other JPY pairs last week, and it just retested a daily and it's rejecting that level. So let's take a deeper look at this. Yeah, that 4 hours red. Yeah, it's got a nice wall right underneath that level. So it's just rejecting that level. Interesting. All right, so we're going to see how price reacts to this wall here. We're going to see what the next 5 minute looks like. We got about 3 minutes to the next 5 minute. But this is looking like a possible repeat of Friday. So we're going to see, because it built a nice wall here right underneath this level, right underneath the daily level. It hasn't hit the daily zone though today. That's one thing to acknowledge, but it did reject harshly right there. Let's see what the other JPY pairs are up to. So that hit a 4 hour level and now it's dropping. GJ. So on top of a 4 hour level. Yeah, so we're gonna let that do its thing for a second. All right, so that just dropped back underneath. So I want to at least wait for the next 5 or the next 2 5-minute candlesticks to see how it reacts underneath there, but that is a good sign there. This just turned red on us. So we're going to let this do its thing. I'm not going to jump into that yet. Let's see what USDCHF. That's retesting the daily level as well. Let's see what your AED is up to. So this did retest the daily and close above it, and it's right above this wall here. So this is looking like a possible buy setup here. Let me see. They did a huge rejection wick off that level. Yeah, the indices looking like they're trying to drop. Okay, so we're going to wait for the next 15. And if it's still trying to drop, we might enter some sells on the indices. Because those are still pushing down. Maybe a retest. CHF pairs are dropping. The daily's pushing up. So this is overall very bullish. This just retested a daily level and is pushing up. Let's see if we can stay above this wall right here. So we're going to see how this 15-minute candlestick closes. Because we can stay above that level and continue to try to push up. We could catch about 40 or 50 pips potentially right there. We'll do a tight stop loss. Just like that. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. He's just rejecting back up, which is fine. New 5-minute did just start. So we're going to keep letting that do its thing for now. This just dropped back underneath. So we're going to see if we can stay underneath here. That is a good sign though. Let's see what these are up to. Yeah, so these are both retesting the daily levels. So we're going to let this do its thing until it shows us which direction it's trying to go. We're not going to jump into that yet. So we're just going to let that do its thing for now. So let's go back to the indices real quick. Yeah, I don't know if it'll go zone to zone completely. But if we can stay underneath that wall, the next wall is we can catch a few thousand pips for the next hard wall right here. But if we can repeat this or this, move coming to this wall right here or hitting daily zone, we can catch a huge amount of pips. Let's see what GBPJPY is up to. GBPJPY is dropping as well. Yeah, this is dropping as well. This just filled that gap up. This got a strong wall right here. Yeah, so we're going to wait for this 15 to close. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so we're just going to patiently wait. Because a lot of moves already started. There's a few moves that we got right on time for. But we're just going to patiently wait for a little bit before we jump into anything. It's right on the wall right there. Yeah, so we're going to see how it reacts to that level. Because it is overall bullish, but it is struggling to break this level of traffic right here. So that's why we're looking for a possible sell setup. But we're going to see how it reacts to that wall. Because there's a lot of stuff that's been going on at this level right here. Whoops, not the 3 hour. AJ's still dropping down. Yeah, so these things are still dropping down. So if they can continue to do so, the next candlestick, we're going to jump into some sells. GN is still underneath this level. These still on that is a huge rejection back up, which is a good sign. Let's see if that one follows suit. But AJ doing an aggressive drop. Other JPY pairs are following suit as well. So I'm going to see if this is just a retracement or it's going to start reversing. Because again, this is a strong wall right here. And if this did just hit a strong wall or price right here, but they all are aggressively dropping down. So I want to see if it's trying to reverse right now or it's just a little fake out. But I like how GN is looking. So I'm about to get some of these signals written up because I do like how few of these are looking. EuroCAD pushing back up. Let's see how GC is doing. Okay. Struggling to stay above that level. Yeah, that thing's still trying to drop down. NAS is retracing up, so yeah, let's hit this wall right here. So we got about 4 minutes till the next 15. So I'm gonna see how the 15 reacts off those indices. Yeah, but all the JPY pairs are dropping down. It's rejecting a little bit again. But I don't see if it can close underneath. Because it finally broke out this box. All last month we've just been catching sales in between these two daily zones. Finally broke underneath it last Friday. Started to do some retest. So I don't want to see it break any further up. I want to see if it can do it. It's looking like it's trying to though. Yeah, so we're gonna get some stuff written up. URAD. Still pushing up. Whoops. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a few things written up. Yeah, I like how I just did that. Yeah, these pairs are still trying to drop. Yeah, so I'm gonna write some stuff up. But keep in mind it is Monday, so it's a chance it couldn't go zone to zone, especially before New York. So keep an eye on your charts, and if at least TP1, TP2 gets hit, do not let your screen turn red. Keep that in mind. Let's see here. If this is your first time on the stream, make sure to click the first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. I drop trades all the time in there, every day. free trades. Of course, not every trade is free, but I do drop at least, like, depending on the day, like 2 to 4 trades in there. Just depends on the day and how many trades I personally take. Let's see here. So this is doing a nice little retracement up. AJ still dropping down. Yeah, so I'm about to write some things up. I want to see gold break back above this level. If I'm quiet, that's because I'm just typing some stuff down real quick. So, all right, so it did break. It did just do a huge rip, and now it's going to retest. That's definitely a good sign, though. So we're going to let it see. We're going to see how much it's going to retrace, of course, before we enter. Because the higher it retraces, of course, the more pips we can catch. Same thing with Asia. So we're going to let these retrace. Wouldn't be surprised US30 is doing the same thing. Yes, so we might be entering some trades. We might be into some trades soon. Let me just scan all these charts real quick. See what York has. York has still pushing up. So GPCAS probably. That thing closed underneath. It retested the daily level again. So we're going to wait to see if we can break and close above that level before we jump in on that. AJ did just break this wall and is currently retesting this wall. Yeah, so we might be jumping into some things soon. Let me see what these CHF pairs are up to. So that broke underneath the daily level. Let me see, that's right underneath the daily level as well. Looking at these pairs, they are overall bullish, so that's why I want to look for mainly a buy. So this one's not actually. This one's not. This one is bearish. New Zealand CHF's bullish though. New Zealand CHF's bullish though, so it's a little bit mismatch. But just like other correlating pairs, for the most part, they do like to move together, and there's a huge level of traffic, so we could see a possible retracement. But I'm not going to assume that until it shows us that. But it is kind of showing us that right now. But we're still going to wait. We're not going to just jump into anything, at least considering these pairs yet, because it still haven't shown us. It still hasn't met my confirmation. It still hasn't shown me what I want to see yet. So we're just going to leave that alone. But we do see a nice retracement, which is good for us. So we're going to see how much higher it's going to retrace. But again, like I said, it hasn't hit the daily zone yet, which is something to keep in mind. But I did do a nice drop down. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Let's go back to GN though. All right, yes, I kind of like how GN is looking. So we're going to wait for at least the next 5 minutes. We got about 3 minutes until that. Let's go back to the indices. Yeah, so far it's respecting this wall right here. So yeah, we might be entering some stuff soon. We might be entering some stuff. Could put the stop loss a little bit bigger than this, just on the safe side. Could put it like right there. 34, 35. Okay, but 490. Yeah, so I'm gonna see how this reacts. It's still retracing though. Okay. So that's dropping back down. Interesting. We're testing this wall right here. So the sell may still be valid, especially since the USD pairs are showing signs of potentially trying to drop as well. GN looks like it's trying to drop as well. Let me see. Yeah, so I might be entering some stuff soon. These are dropping back down. So I'm going to see how it reacts to this wall right here. If it breaks either orange line and it respects it as a support or resistance level, that's the direction we're going to be aiming for. So we're still going to let these do their thing for now. All right, so that's starting to retrace some. New 5-minute did just start. Yeah, I like this. I like how this is looking. I might jump into this. Yeah. All right, so I'm about to type the getting the TP and stuff written up. So give me a second. So it's still trying to retrace, but it's definitely showing it's trying to push down. So we're gonna let it see how much farther it's gonna retrace, because of course the higher it retraces, the better the risk to reward and more pips we can catch when it's going down. What's this right here? Yeah, but there are some huge levels of traffic that's going to take volume to break. Doesn't mean it's impossible though. That's still pushing up. Let's see what goes up to. All right, so it's rejecting. Yeah, so it's looking good. It is looking good. Yeah, so we might be entering some stuff after this candlestick closes. See what this is up to. So it's at the wall right now. Yeah, so it's still chilling at the daily level. So we're just going to patiently wait and let that do its thing for now. Let's see what GJ is up to. And so GJ is right on the 4-hour level. And so we're in an interesting spot right now. So we're going to see what it's trying to do. We're going to see if it's going to try to drop again, or if it's going to try to break this wall again. because it's trying to break that wall. That might be a buy, because we caught a sell the other day. Then after we tested this level, it broke above. You can see clear, nice little staircase up. Then when it hit that level, it rejected down. Then we look on the 4 hour. We can see it a little bit more clearly. Yes, we want to see how this candlestick closes before we jump into anything. Because it's at a strong support resistance level. So we're just waiting to see if it's going to treat it as a resistance or a support level. Because it did a nice drop and it is rejecting still. Yeah, we're about to jump into some things. Got a new 5 minute about to start. US30 just turned red again. Yeah, I like how your AD is looking too. Yeah, so we're about to jump into some things. 420. Yeah, we're about to jump into some things. Yeah, these things are dropping. Alright, so let me write some of this stuff up. Alright, make sure to join the free Telegram, y'all. Because I'm about to post a couple trades in there. I'm not going to post every trade in there, but I'm going to be posting a few. So make sure to click that first link. This is dropping down again. So we're going to see if we can close before the new 15 starts. And if it closes underneath this level, then our bias is going to change for that setup. I like how GN is looking, and your AD is doing a nice push. This did a rejection wick, so I'm going to enter this as well because I already retested the daily level, so we're about to enter this as well. So SL for this, I got it at let me say 54.15. What I say 54? What I say 54.15? Yeah. So I'm going to post a TPs for this. I can definitely see it hitting this wall before the huge retracement, but it is about to hit a wall right here. So it could do a possible retest when the new 15 starts, or it's going to keep trying to push and break through those levels. So I'm about to type the TPs for this in a second. I just want to look at the other charts real quick. So now NAS and US30 moving a little bit different. Whoops. But I do like how it did just do that. So I'm in GN and I'm in Euro AED. That's the only two trades I'm in right now. Still waiting to see what the JPY pairs are trying to do. I'm still waiting to see how it's going to react to that level there. Because we went for sells on Friday as well for it. And USD CHF going down for a sell makes a lot of sense because it is bearish overall. But New Zealand CHF is bullish, but again, it's at this high level of traffic. So it could take a couple candlesticks on the daily time frame to break that level. And it did just create a nice wall here and a nice drop. Did a retest, continue to drop. So we might look for a sell. We're going to see how it reacts to this level though. But we got 2 minutes till next 15. So we're going to see how that reacts. I'm about to type the TPs for Euro AUD. Give me a second. Let me see what GC's up to. So that dropped down again. Let me see what Euro CAD looks like. So that's still looking like that. But GB CAD did a huge drop. And the USD pairs are dropping as well. So we're going to see how price reacts to that level. Yeah, but US30 is about to try to drop again, so we might go for sales for this too. We got a new 15, so we're going to see what that new 15 looks like. But let me type up these TPs for your AUD real quick. Give me a second. Boom, 10, boom. Yeah, so we got a strong wall right here. So on top of this level of traffic, so we're going to see if we can break that. We do have a couple strong walls right here. That's going to struggle to break. So we're going to see how it reacts to that level there. Okay, but price is attempting to push up, so we might hit the first TP in a second. I just want to look and see. Okay, AJ just turned red again. So we're going to wait a little bit to see how that reacts. We got another red candlestick here. The US30 trying to drop. Again, there is a strong wall here, but it did just do a retest. And it's respecting that wall, so it could attempt to try to break that level. But again, this is Monday, so not every TP might get hit. So do keep that in mind. But we can catch, looks like we can potentially catch a couple thousand pips on US30. So it looks like it is trying to drop down some more. Let's see how GN's doing. Okay, so we hit a TP on GN. We hit TP2. All right, so it's doing a retracement. But we did hit TP2 for GN. Let's see what your AUD is up to. I'm struggling, but let me go ahead and mark this up. We want to see if we can hit this first wall right here. I'm going to see if we can break in that first wall. And that's what we're going to be looking for. So it's retesting this wall again. So we're going to let it retrace before we enter. Still watching JPY pairs. It's looking like it could try to drop down, but this new 15 did just start. So we're going to wait before we make a decision on that. Let's go back to GC. GC is retracing. And yeah, it's really respecting that wall right there. But we're still gonna wait. So it almost hit the middle of the zone. So we're gonna see if it can continue to drop going from there, because we did have a nice rejection within the next candlestick kind of stayed here. We're retesting this wall again. So let me see if we can break through that. The other New Zealand pairs, let's see what they're up to. The other New Zealand pairs are a little too far for an entry. That's why we're mainly looking at GN. Because again, they started their moves a little bit before I trade. Because I only trade London to New York. And these moves kind of started beforehand. Which is why we didn't jump into those. So this thing is dropping still. I might just watch these for a little bit because I don't really like how they're looking right now. The CHF pairs are dropping some more though. Let me see what the other ones are doing out of curiosity. This one did a huge drop down. Let's see where it's at right now. It's at this wall of traffic right here. It's like I said, this is wall right here. So the fact that it's right here and we see price do this is a good sign. It's going to try to break that level. So we're going to see if it can do so as volume continues to pump into the markets. But we can see right here that this is a strong wall. Again, not impossible to break. And showing it is trying. So we're just going to let price do its thing for now. Just going to let price do its thing for now. But we can even see on the 1 hour how this is a very strong wall right here. So I'm going to see if we can break it. Let's go back to the indices. I kind of like how these are looking. It's on a strong wall though. So I might just watch these still. Probably wait till closer to New York before I mess with those. So I'm only in 2 trades right now. Keep an eye on some other pairs, but haven't entered anything else yet. Yeah. So JPY pairs might be trying to continue their push up. Yeah, we might see them try to continue their push up. That just dropped down. All right, so new 5-minute digits start. So I want to see these stay underneath those lines. Z on CHF's already dropped down. But if it can stay underneath that level, if it can close and stay underneath that level, then I'll enter. So we're going to wait to see what that 15 looks like. GN is attempting to continue to drop down. So we're just going to let that do its thing. But like I said in the disclaimer, if TP gets hit, it's either going to reject or break through that level. So that's why I do my best to try to notify you as soon as the TP gets hit. But I do like how these are looking right here. So we're just going to wait for a second. Yeah, I like how these are looking. I mean, looking at it now, technically the sell didn't even hit SL. It almost hit it. Now it's dropping back down, which is interesting. Yeah, so we're just going to let those do its thing for now. Let's go back to EA and see what EA is up to. Yeah, so we'll let this do its thing. Like always, hold trade to SL or TP is hit. So we're going to see if we can break those levels. See if we can hit a couple TPs. New Zealand paper pushing up. JPY. Yeah, all the JPY pairs are pushing up. Euro CAD looks like it's about to reattempt to drop. Yeah, I did a nice rejection look on the 4 hour. Whoops, not the weekly. The daily. Set a strong wall of price though. All right, so we got a new 5 minute about to start. Yeah, price is retracing back up. This is looking like a pretty normal Monday so far. GJ just broke back above that level there. This is a huge rejection. Rejecting was hit this wall right here. Yeah, so I'm going to see how this 15 closes. Yeah, GN is still trying. So I'm going to see if we can break this level. Again, it's a huge level of traffic. That's why it's struggling. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's definitely going to struggle. So I might not do it today, or I might not do it until later to New York. But it's already been trying. It's been knocking it out for the past couple of days. So I want to see if the move can continue. And we can see the wicks each day has gotten lower and lower. So it's trying to weed out these levels of traffic. So let's see if we can do it today. Especially since the candlestick kind of started right underneath this one, underneath the daily and underneath the wall of price from the previous day. And it did retest the daily and reject. So that is definitely a good sign. So we're just going to let price do its thing for now and see if we can break through it. Go back to your AD. Oh, we just hit TP. I think we just hit TP1. Let me double check. No, we barely missed it. Barely missed it. It's definitely trying though. Saying we touched it. I don't think we hit it yet. I want to see it go through it, then I'll count it. It's definitely trying to break that wall though. All right, now we're about to hit it. Okay, there we go. All right, we just hit TP1 on your AUD. So we're going to see if we can break through that level and continue to try to push up. But we do got 2 minutes to the next 15. So probably going to do it to the next 15. but we're going to see. We're going to see. Oh, still pushing. About 3 pips off from TP2. Should be New Zealand do another retest. So it did just break above this wall again. Let's see what AJ's up to. This is underneath that level. USDCHF is pushing though. So I like how GJ just did that. Yes, we might go for a buy for GJ actually. I like how this is looking. So SL 66. Yeah, I like how this is looking. So I might write this up too. So give me 1 second, y'all. This might be a members only trade though. I like how this is looking. All right, so let me get these TPs written up. So SL I'm looking at 166. Let me say 166.20. Bam. So let's go ahead and type these TPs up. 15. $30. Bam. 35. Bam. All right, TP1 just got hit too. All right, so we're making money. So each trade we enter has at least hit 1 TP. And this one was a members only trade. But of course, you're in the live stream, you could have jumped in on this as well. So I just hit the first TP, which is cool. And price continues to push up bullish going into New York. We might enter some other JPY pairs, but for now, we're just going to be in that one. GN did end up retracing, but that's fine because again, trade still valid to SL gets hit, SL or TP gets hit. So I'm not tripping about that too much. Did we hit TP2? Do we hit TP2? Let me see. We missed it by a pip. So we're going to see if we can hit it. We missed TP2 by a pip, Euro AUD. Let's go back to these. Yeah, so now price is trying to push up. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone for now. All right, we're about a couple pips away from TP2. Make that 1 pip away, half a pip away. And we're about to hit TP2. And I think we just hit TP2. And we just hit TP2. All right, so we're making some money. Yeah, so good start to the day so far. Again, it is Monday, so not every TP is guaranteed to get hit. I mean, that's every day, but especially Mondays to like Wednesdays. Like, you know, might hit the first couple TPs, then it might do a huge retracement right before New York. What's the next TP for this? It's going to be 20. Okay, cool. And that thing's still pushing up. Yeah, this is doing nice. Let's see what the other JPY pairs are doing out of curiosity. I mean, we could have entered NJ too. I mean, NJ's still technically valid. We could enter this as well. Not gonna lie. NJ is valid as well. Then AJ can soon become valid if it can break this wall right here. Let's see what your AED is up to. Did we hit TP2 for your AED? Let's see. We're still like a pip off. So we're gonna let that do its thing for a little bit. But it looks like we're about to hit TP3 for GJ though. Yep, we just hit TP3. Now, and this is why you just gotta be patient, because again, we were looking at a possible sell, but because we have the right the levels marked off, we were able to use those as clues to wait and be hesitant in that sell entry and see what price is trying to do. We saw price reverse back up, waited for price to break this level. Then once price broke this level, waited for the new 15-minute. As soon as the new 15-minute started, we entered a buy. We're up 20 pips. Well, 15 pips, not 20 pips, 15 pips. Very simple. So this broke that level. It's retesting it. Let's do a USDCH episode too. Yeah, so I might enter sales for these two. I'm still just going to wait for my confirmations. We just hit TP2 for your AED. So make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. So what's the next TP? TP3 for your AED is 55.15. 55.15. We're going to see if we can break that level. Let's just look at the indices just cause, see what they're up to. Yeah, those things look like they're pushing up still. We could have caught still US30. It still did drop like a few thousand pips, which wouldn't have been bad. But the overall setup, you know, wouldn't have really been that much compared to like the whole potential move. But that trade could still potentially still happen. I'm just waiting before I enter that personally. So this did just retest the daily level, which is fine. I'm not going to trip about that because other trades are blue anyways. So not going to trip too much about that. And as you can see, after it hit that level, it retested, it retraced, it's retesting this level to attempt to use it as a stepping stool to continue to push up. But again, just looking simply to the left, because you always got to look to the left because we don't control price. You can clearly see this is the highest price went before rejected. So as we're getting closer and we look here, we see this little traffic. It would not be a shocker if price retraces soon after either the next TP or when it hits this level here. Because again, price repeats itself. So you got to use those clues. But let's go back to GJ. Let's see what's going on with GJ. Ooh, so we barely missed TP4. We missed it by like 5 pips. We'll see if we can hit it though. But again, looking to the left, we can see this is a strong wall, which makes sense why price is struggling to break that level. Again, doesn't mean it's impossible because there's levels on every time frame. Like these were levels price broke. You know what I'm saying? These were levels price had to break. Price had to break this wall right here to the left when it did this explosion up. We caught this buy on a Wednesday. So the levels aren't really the issue. You just have to know the direction price is trying to go overall. That way, you have the direction of price, uptrend, downtrend go in your favor, and then trade during the best times those pairs move. Now, the JPY pairs usually move the best during New York, but we can also still catch some scalps here and there. London session before the New York pump. See your AD. Your AD is retracing. So we're only in drawdown on GN. But the other trades we've hit multiple TPs. We hit 2 TPs. We hit TP2 on Euro AD. We hit TP3 on GJ. And those are the only trades we entered. But as you can see, after it hit TP3, it retraced all the way back down to TP1. Again, not a coincidence. Now, it could still potentially try to pump back up. As you can see, it's trying to stay on top of that level and reattempt to do so. But again, like I said before, when a TP gets hit, it's either going to reject or break through. Okay, so before I pull up the disclaimer, again, hit the first link description is there. But this is how we did last week. We caught 3,555 pips on Monday. Tuesday, we caught 412 pips. Wednesday, we caught 783 pips. Thursday, we caught 2,635 pips. Friday, we caught 143 pips. Ending the week up 7,528 pips. 3,000 of those pips were strictly for the members. But again, a lot of these trades, even the members trades, if they're called during London session, that is, y'all can catch them on the live streams. But of course, I like to still try to put the best plays with the ideal setups. Like we can catch the most amount of pips, give those strictly to the members. But of course, we're in the live streams, you can jump in on those as well. But let me see, where's the disclaimer? Here's the disclaimer. So when TV gets here, it's either going to reject or break through. Okay, so we see price was just at 166.10. What happened? It's pushing all the way back up. Now, will this happen all the time? No. Okay, so that's another thing. You have to know when's a good time to exit, or if price can continue to pump up or pump down, depending on if it's a buy or sell setup. I really like how these are looking, but I'm still going to wait. Yeah, still in a way. I might just wait for ideal buy setup because GCAT is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. There's a huge imbalance here though, but it is extremely bullish. All right, yeah. So there's only a couple other trades I might enter, but for the most part, just gonna be chilling on these, letting these ride out, going into New York. Gonna be on the chart still, of course. But if you want to contact me directly, you can hit me up on Instagram at playmaker_way, same spelling as the YouTube name. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button on this video. Almost at 300 subs. Almost at 300 subs, y'all. Make sure to hit that sub button. I do have some videos dropping this week. Like I said, the last stream, I figured out the issue with my mic. So the audio is going to be clear because, again, I don't want to drop a video where the audio is crappy. That defeats the purpose. So I did fix the audio issue. We might be doing 2 F pairs in a second, though. But if you're interested in learning the strategy or getting access to all the trades, hit that second link in the description. I also do one-on-one mentorships. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. It's at the bottom of the screen. Make sure to follow TikTok. I post stuff there every day. Not just recaps of the day, but also tips. Trading-wise, like strategy-wise, also trade psychology tips, just trading basic tips. A lot of stuff people don't talk about, I talk about on my Instagram and my TikTok. But I do like how these CHF pairs are looking. So we might enter these on the next candlestick potentially. Because I do like how those are looking. Members, you already know, before New York, I'm going to send out the price watch list for potential setups going into New York session. So do that. But yeah, the Canadian pairs are bullish and they are pushing back up. So we might be looking for some buy setups. I like how 80 CAD is looking, and I like how GC is looking. GP CAD, that is. Euro CAD, I'm still watching that. It's trying to push back up as well. So I might just wait and let price do his thing and then look for some buy setups and then go from there as I mess my screen up. Let me fix this. Bam. All right. So again, you saw I retraced. That thing dropped 10 pips. And look what that candlestick closed at. It came all the way back up here. And now we're back at TP3. All right. So that does happen. But again, you have to know what to look for to see if it's a retracement or if it's just a retest, et cetera, et cetera. And if you are confused about that, I do teach my members that, but I also have some videos literally titled How to Read Candlesticks and how to identify the trend, know when the trend is changing. Make sure to check those videos out. They're both very short and to the point. And yeah, I like how these are looking here. So we might be jumping in for some sales on these as well, maybe. So make sure to click that first link. So one of these, if I do enter one of these, if I enter both, one of these is going in the free Telegram. If I enter one, I'll decide and see if it's going to be a members only trade, or I'll put it in the free Telegram as well. But I do like how these are looking. And again, this one technically didn't hit the SL from Friday, but I doubt anyone held the trade after those first 2 TPs got hit, or first 2 or 3, whatever the case may be. But price is dropping on these, so I do kind of like how these are looking. But we are blue on GJ and Euro AD. So let me look at Euro AD real quick and see what that's up to. Okay, so we're about to hit the next TP, which is cool. So we're only red on GN, but it still hasn't hit SL and still has that wall to hit before we really need to worry or freak out about anything. Yeah, so I like how these are looking right here. All right, make sure to hit the like button. I'm going to see y'all in tomorrow's stream.